Every time a relationship ends, it's not always the man. There's plenty of women out here doing shit that they're ashamed of. I had nothing to do with them 10 relationships that you was in before we got in a relationship. You done brought all of them heartbreaks, insecurities, issues, mental, emotional, and physical abuse into this brand new relationship. Now I'm on the receiving end of all of this shit that them 10 dudes done did to you.
So a few weeks ago, me and my boyfriend go on this break because, you know, I couldn't handle that he was Snapchatting and talking to so many other girls. He said it was pointless, but to me it wasn't pointless, right? He's like, no, I'm gonna change, you know, I'm gonna stop messaging all these girls. Let's get back together. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. I love you. Let's go. Give it another shot. Maybe you'll change this time. They don't. Last night, I see a girl typing in Snap. I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, I don't know. So I'm like, click on it, open it. It's like, hey, but underneath it, I see this girl and her name, I'm not even gonna say her name, but some girl's name. And I was like, who's that? He's like, oh, some random girl that Snapchats me every single day. I never reply. I'm like, oh, well, if we broke up 3 weeks ago, she's been Snapchatting you every single day since and you haven't replied once. He's like, yeah, exactly. Turns his phone off, puts it on the counter. I'm like, oh, well, can you show me? He's like, well, what do you mean, show you? I was like, well, can I just see? Go on it. Yeah, he's been replying to her. So, yeah, just lied to my face, continued to Snapchat other women. Moral of the story, don't date millennial younger men or guys that have social media or Snapchat in general is my lesson, ladies. Don't.
I don't consider myself to be a particularly ethical person, but I am fair.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a brand new video. I've been mostly kicking out shorts lately because it's a video I want to do, but I want to do it right, and I need to do a bit of research with that one. So anyway, I'm going to slide in a filler right now because that video is still not done, and I guess that's going to be my long video for the week. Anyway, today's video is when a breakup occurs, when a breakup happens, whose fault is it? Now, in most cases, it seems like it's the man's fault all the time. And I know when my relationships ended, I always felt like it was my fault. But it takes two to play this game, and usually is a combination of both of you are at fault. The thing is, I believe lots of females, women, maybe even ladies usually do not believe they are at fault unless if they are messing with a 9 or a 10 and that guy just drops them. Then you will see maybe posts from women saying I am enough, or maybe ones that they are emotional and is cryptic, but obviously they are talking about their looks or something, like they're more than their looks, or basically they are enough. And I already say that I cannot think of the other things that I usually would be seeing online right now for whatever reason. Anyway, I have a video here. I may have two. This one's going to be a short one, but yeah, because I don't want to make all long ones because I'm trying to see what most of you watch, because a lot of you do not watch the whole video. So, watch. Well, I like to be thorough anyway when I'm putting out a video, and I always think ahead that if somebody ever takes a clip of my video, uh they won't be able to throw me under the bus too much, because I've said things of how I really think and feel in that video. So they might can misinterpret me in something I am saying at the moment, but the overall thing, no. And that's another reason why this next long video I wanted to do the total in-depth coverage. Anyway, let's begin.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So, what are we?
Couple of people who just banged, that's what.
I'm serious. Are we exclusive?
Is that what you want?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, we're officially exclusive.
Okay! Yes!
Right.
Where do we go from here?
Well, we could keep dating until we get bored of each other and look for ways to spice up our relationship instead of breaking up due to a fear of crippling loneliness.
You mean like trying to find excitement through relationship milestones?
Yeah, exactly.
So we can move in together and then get a dog.
Then we could get engaged and post about it on social media.
You get so many comments and likes on that?
It's very exciting.
Then we can plan the wedding, have the wedding, go on a honeymoon.
That'll keep the fun going for like 2 more years.
I can get pregnant. We can have a kid.
Yes, kids.
Baby showers, first birthdays.
That's even more fun stuff to keep us from realizing we're not actually a great match for each other.
Raise the kids, get divorced. Spend the rest of our lives regretting our decisions.
Exactly.
This all sounds great.
What do you want to do right now?
You want to have sex again?
All right.
Wow. And I think at least 80% of relationships go that kind of pattern. Now, going by that video, you assume that they slept together within the first 2 weeks or something. I know when I met my ex-wife, I know that we waited for at least a month or 3. I forget exactly how long it was. But I know it wasn't quick, because I remember she told me she was on wait till marriage. And I respected that. I just wanted to see, like, could I wait that long? But I did want to learn more about her and see how much we had in common. And that's the thing that I mean, that in the beginning, like, I don't know, life is so weird. Like, when I look at that person now and I look at the things they do now, they do not do any of the things that we did when we first got together. I mean, we went to the movies a lot. We hung out and talked. Of course, she still does eat out a bit. And I kind of think that turned into an issue later in the relationship, which, as I say it again, I have no problem dating my wife, because I mean, that's kind of a spark for me as well, to like go out, get some air, share some experiences with each other. But when you're eating out a lot, even if you're ordering, it gets to be expensive after a while. And she did cook, but maybe we should have cooked more, especially later, especially once we had a kid. We should have cooked a lot more instead of eating out stuff. But anyway, that's in the past. But looking at those two, they seem like they should work, because she seemed nice and cordial. He seems like, okay, he's gonna go along with what she wants or says. But over the period of the relationship, is almost like you start turning into siblings. You start squabbling over stuff. You start bumping heads over stupid things. And I'm not sure if it starts becoming like a irritation, which they always say is the 7-year itch, which I always wonder, is there anybody that you can be with a long length of time that you won't start having a lot of friction with? I have to do a video though, how men look at relationships that start losing the spark and how women look at relationships that start losing the spark, because we look at it two different ways. And that again is another reason why I'm thinking either laws have to change or either mentality has to change, because uh, I believe a lot of men do not think that type of don't have the same traditional values as men in the past did. But then again, why should they? Because most of the women don't have those traditional values. And getting back to whose fault it is, 9 times out of 10, the woman will not blame anything she did unless, as I say, if she was with a guy that was like a 9 or a 10, he decided to leave her without kids being involved, I believe. He decided to leave her, and then with the next woman that he went with, he just accelerated, and maybe he got married, or maybe she always wanted to go to the Bahamas or something, and he didn't do it. But when he went to the next relationship, he did do it for that woman right there. And of course, she's going to wonder, like, well, why did he not do it for me? And I always wanted that. Well, maybe you nagged and complained, and I know a lot of women going to roll their eyes, like nagging. Like, it's not a thing. Like, I'll say it like this, because I think of this when I'm talking to my daughter. When I tell her something, I tell her 1 or 2 times. I'm not going to keep repeating the thing over and over again, trying to make her go crazy or something, because eventually she's going to react or say something. And I know she doesn't backtalk me too much, because I don't keep repeating stuff over and over again. I will notice with women, especially when they get older, 40s, 50s, 60s, sometimes even 30s, they'll do this thing of keep saying something over and over and over again, which is like a chipping and chipping. I think that's like death by a thousand cuts type of thing. That's why in a way sometimes I would like women that are kind of like more direct, or more like say something, like say how she really feel about something, and then leave it at that. There's no need for too much of the passive aggressive stuff, and then to keep repeating something over and over again, trying to get under my skin. Uh, but as I say before, this is how a lot of relationships go, and this is why I think a lot of them fail. So I think both men and women have to do better here. It does have to be communication, and I also think that you can't be hiding stuff from each other neither. Because the woman could hide that she's bisexual, or she's into other women as well, and then she's scared to tell him that. And same thing, he could be scared to tell her certain things, and then it comes out later. And then it's almost like you lied to the person. So then they have a right to be mad, or maybe leave, even though, once again, people leave, especially marriages, like way too easy. Mostly women. Like I say, I don't think men do it at that same clip because of the penalty that we usually get. So that's pretty much it. But I have nothing else to add from there, except for to say that when relationships end, in most cases, some even though you are the person that decided to cut it off, look at yourself as well, because you played some part into the thing. Whether you enabled them to somewhat morph into something that you really did not want, because I can look at myself with certain things I didn't put my foot down that I enable that person to start doing. And same way, vice versa. But you are also at fault. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm glad. Hope you guys enjoyed this short video, and I should have one coming soon. Good night.
Say hello, kitty. I said say hello, kitty.
Hello, kitty?
Louder.
Hello, kitty!
From the back of your throat, from the bottom of your ass.
Hello, kitty!
Louder.
Hello, kitty!
Look at me. Say honey boo boo.
Honey, boo-boo.
Pull that Barbie out of your butt, sis.
Honey, boo-boo!
Chicken.
Chicken!
Tenders.
Tenders!
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders!
I said chicken
I
tenders.
said chicken tenders!
Say Chef Boyardee.
You've got to be kidding me.
Come on, Becky with the good hair. Say it like you mean it.
Chef Boyardee, bitch! Shit!
Bro, what the fuck? No words. What the fuck is she doing?
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too? Kendall made it.